Hello everybody, this is Dr. Victoria Skirball speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. And today we're going to do a tarot reading on Congressman Beto O'Rourke, who is from the 16th District in Texas, Congressional District, and is running for U.S. State Senator in Texas for Ted Cruz's seat. And he is a Democrat. He has progressive sensibilities. He has gone to many town hall meetings and gone to many different towns in Texas. Texas is a very large state, but he has made it his business to sort of go around and talk to people and have people get to meet him. When you're dealing with such a big state as Texas, and oftentimes, they have large population centers for sure in the cities and such, but there are a lot of towns and, cowpoke towns and different things like that. And he's making it his business to go around and talk to Texans. And he has been raised into the consciousness, the national consciousness, and he's been on Ellen, and he's been on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Willie Nelson is doing a performance for him to raise money for his campaign. He gets all his money from small campaign donors. He doesn't take PAC money. He doesn't take money from big business. So this is kind of the new wave of politician. So let's see, I'm going to do a spread on Beto, and this is going to be a Celtic cross. And I just this is more of a sort of a personality profile, or kind of where he's at and sort of where he's going kind of reading. So let's see his present situation. And we have the Hanged Man. And this is an interesting card to get. It generally means that you don't have a lot of power to do anything, which is interesting because he's running for Senate. But it requires us to look at things from a different perspective, to kind of turn things on its head. There can be delays with this card. Oftentimes, this is the card of surrender, and it's connected with the Serenity Prayer, where God give me, in other words, see what I can change and give me the courage to change it, and what I can change, allow me to accept that. So he's sort of in a hung up position, but it requires him to look at things differently. And perhaps Texas is such a bastion of republicanism, even though I'm sure there's plenty of Democrats in Texas, that he's had to sort of look at things from a whole different perspective and approach it from a whole different perspective. Let's see the crossing card. The crossing card is the Temperance card. The Temperance card warns us against getting involved in extremes. It's also a card that deals with walking the straight and narrow. And so he must walk a very, very fine line and not get caught up in extremes. It seems to me that he's very much like that in what I've seen of him in the in interviews and different things like that, and snippets from his town halls. He really is quite thoughtful. He doesn't, he's not riling people up in a negative way. He's trying to be very conscious of the words he uses. He's trying to be very conscious and respectful of people that don't agree with him, which is sort of very different than the current political climate. So in that respect, it is a challenge. So he's kind of in an odd position. He has to do things completely different than you know, have been done before, and he's walking a very tight line. So this is somebody who's balancing quite a lot. Let's see what's at the root of this reading. And at the root of the reading is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about hard work and doing the same thing over and over and over again. And in that doing it over and over and over again, you actually get very good at it. And as you can see with this gentleman in this card, very strong. Big muscles, right? So at the root of him is hard work and a willingness to go out and sort of do the grunt work for things. Let's see the past. The past is the Prince of Wands, and the past is somebody going on a quest. So he made a decision in the past that he was going to go out there to all these different places in Texas and meet Texans. And so that's his past. Got on his horse, and probably his bus, right? And, you know, galloped away. Let's see what's in the sky for Beto. The Nine of Wands. Sometimes this this card is what Spirit is saying, and the Nine of Wands is a warrior. It's a warrior energy. This warrior has a lot of wands behind him, and so but this is somebody who's a little bit battle weary. Okay, in this deck, this guy doesn't look too weary. He looks pretty strong. But in the Rider-Waite deck, the guy has you know, like he's wounded and he's holding on to his did I say sorry? These are wands. Sorry, the nine of wands. But this guy is still ready for the fight, and so Spirit says, keep fighting, keep fighting. This is the immediate future. This is 6 weeks out. Now, 6 weeks out is not the election. So let's see. The Three of Pentacles. This card to me talks about getting people involved that are experts in what they're doing. So I feel with the extra money that he's getting and the extra, what's the word I'm looking for? The extra press, you know, being on all these talk shows, these famous talk shows, he's probably getting a little bit more resources, and people are starting to take him more seriously. And so he's getting experts to work with him, people who are very good at what they do. So that's kind of exciting. So he's going to continue to get stronger, I feel, because he's working hard, and now he has people. Now he can afford to get kind of the best people. So this is how others see him. This is, people want him to give up. There are people out there that want him to give up. So, that it can't be done. It's not something that's possible. He might have something else to say about that. The domestic situation. Ooh, the Five of Swords. He has to be very, very careful. There are people that will use dirty tricks around him, and they're very close to him, so he has to be careful with that. So if anybody knows him, tell him to be very, very circumspect. People are not going to be fair with him. Okay. Hopes and fears. This is the nostalgia card. I'm not sure what his nostalgia is. This card is, you know what? This is a card of children as well. So I'm feeling as though his hope is that we can take better care of the children. And he is in a border town, and he does see what this immigration policy has done to children. And so it's got to be very painful for him. So his hope is that he can make a difference with that, I believe. And the outcome. Now, I generally don't read cards upside down, but this card came out upside down, and I generally check my cards to make sure there are no upside down cards. So we're going to go with this upside down card. Let's talk about it in the upright position. This is, we're at a, what's the word? It's not a crossroads. Stalemate. there's a stalemate. Him and Cruz are very equal, like 50-50, something like close enough to that, within the margin of error, as they say. But it did come out upside down, and so I'm going to read it as an upside down card, and the upside down of the stalemate is no stalemate. Okay. So that says to me that it's not going to be so 50-50. There's going to be something that shifts with that. I'm going to pull some cards, 3 cards, and see if I can get a major arcana. Ah, the World. Yikes. That's a great card. The World talks about manifestation and getting what you want and manifesting what you've worked for. So it's kind of exciting. I love Beto. So, I can't say. I have to be truthful about that. But this is a good card. So this could very well be a victory card. And you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a wreath. It's a laurel wreath, and laurel wreaths symbolize victory. Okay, let's see what's underneath. I have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Again, I don't read reverse, but I will do the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Why not? I did the other one reversed. I feel as though I want to say he's going to use every last penny to win. He's going to have to use every last penny to win. But I do feel like he has a good chance of winning. He just has to be careful about the people around him. There's somebody around him who is not using fair tactics. He seems like a pretty trusting guy, but he is a politician, so maybe he knows better. And he's a businessman, so he does understand that. Yeah, and I think it's going to be someone close enough that it wounds him in some way. But I do believe that he's going to be victorious with this. Now, I didn't really come to this reading. I mean, of course I was wondering, but that wasn't the question. The question was him. And I really think that he's making the best of the energy that he has. And but I think it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be very close. Maybe it's like a recount situation, but it's going to be quite close. I should probably do a quick reading on Cruz and see what comes up with that. But I'll stand by that. I do believe that all his hard work is going to help him, no matter who wants him to quit. I don't think he's going to quit. I think Spirit wants him to continue. And as long as he's careful around the people close to him and a little circumspect and be very, very careful, I think he has a good chance of winning. So I guess we'll find out if I'm right, yeah? It's a problem with these political things, Am I right? I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this, and have yourself a great day, and I will see you again the next time I do somebody. If you have any requests, please put them down below. If you like these, please like and subscribe, and thanks. Bye.